All right, you ready?
Hold on, I'm popping my tops. Ow. What was that line in? That was Peter Weller's line. Leviathan. Because that one guy's name is Six Pack. Daniel Stern.
Oh yeah.
He was Six Pack in that thing. That was his nickname.
Six pack patty
And
wax.
he was like, you better ship up, or I'm gonna pop your top, all six of them. You're like going, what? That's not scary.
That's terrifying.
Settle down, Peter Weller, RoboCop.
Welcome back to another episode of Geeks-a-Musing. This is Nathan.
This is Ryan.
No silly voice today for me.
Oh, wow.
This episode is tabletop board games.
Yes.
And Ryan's got something kind of planned out for this.
Yes.
So I'll let him take over, sir.
Okay. This is tabletop board games. This isn't card games. This isn't games like Jenga. Because if it was, we would not be playing the game we're going to play. We would be... Burned!
You suck!
No, I made this game. You've played Jenga before, probably.
Yeah.
Or you've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
I
Little wood
got
blocks.
I got a brand new board. I still have it somewhere. And I was at work one time. I was bored. It was on a Saturday when I was at work and I didn't want to be there. And I just made up rules. But I played it once with these college kids and I was like, that's fun. I got to make that again. But I went overboard when I made mine. Like theirs was like, you pull a block and then you read the bottom of it. And it was like 2 to the left. So you look to your left and you go, you got to do 2 drinks. So, you got to take a regular drink of beers, no sips, no baby sips or anything like that. You got to go gulp, gulp. That was your 2 drinks. And I was like, well, that's easy. So I went and made the same game, but mine was like, the lowest one was like 2 to the right or 2 to the left. Or then it was like 5 to the right, 5 to the left. And then there was like 10 and shit like that. Like, and my friends called it was drinking Jenga. They just called it, what was it called? The drink to death game. But there was a part in there where you pulled, I had 2 in there somewhere. You pull it and it was like down your drink. So if you went to the fridge and got a brand new beer, you had to finish that whole beer.
Holy crap.
It was weird, man. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun though.
I was about to say, do you remember a lot of it?
Yeah, I do remember a lot. But we had I even had dice in there. So if you pull one, it was called like a random roll 2. So you take 2 dice and roll them, and whatever you rolled, you could give, like if you rolled a 9, you could give all 9 drinks to one person, or you could split up and go everyone who there's 3 people there, everyone gets 3, something like that. Just so you weren't destroying anybody. That game was a lot of fun. So yeah, no card games because otherwise we could be talking about what's that game we played with your kids that I have. Unspeakable.
Oh yeah, what was? Oh, I forgot all about it. Yeah,
it was kind of like a spelling game, but you rolled dice. Like each one was like almost like a Scrabble tile.
Yeah, we only played it one time. That was a lot of fun though.
Yeah, it was like the little Cthulhu's, and you had 5 of them.
Yeah, and you told me it went by like your sanity.
Yeah, that was your sanity, and then like if you, I think it's called Unspeakable.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, and then you go down, and if you roll higher. Was it rolled? No, you have to roll higher than what your points, and then you're good. Your sanity's in check. But as you lost sanity, you give up those cute little Cthulhu guys. Mm-hmm. You give them over, and then when you were down to 1, you'd have to go. You could spell anything you wanted to. Like you could put THZB, and then you go, what's a tizib? And then you go, oh, that's the spokes in a wheel or something. Just make up a random thing that had to be a description. But then you still had to roll, and if you lost your sanity, you basically were you were food for Cthulhu or whatever.
Did my daughter win that one?
Yeah, she won that once. Yeah,
I think it came down to me and her, and she ended up winning.
Yeah, she won because there was also when we played. I'll talk about that.
Still hold it against her to this day.
Do you really?
Yeah, no.
Like going, you're grounded. Why? Because of that time. What time? Okay, let's go. Right. I also left out role-playing games because this is as my friend John back home, he would go, let's play. We're gonna go to Denton, or we're gonna go to my so and so's house. We're gonna play games, and I'm thinking, sweet, we're gonna play role-playing games. Yeah. And I get there, and they're pulling out a game like Shogun or something like that. And I'll get into that. Like Shogun or whatever. I'm like going, damn it, board games, BORED, because they're boring to me. Because board games are, I don't know, they're fun depending on the game.
Yeah, and depending on your age too. Like
Yeah,
when you're like a
age,
kid, man, all those little games like Life, that's a blast to play.
Oh, good. Life is. I like the way I like how they have Life now, where it's on the computer and your little car drives and has little people get popped into it and everything like that. You're like, well, that's cool. And
yeah, they have like
cards.
Like you flip over, like, hey, you snapped, you've killed 30 people.
This isn't real life.
Yeah, no. Well, I was probably pretty insensitive about it.
Oh. How dare you? Anyway, I'm going to continue on. Let's see. Board games. Okay, so first one is a classic game in medieval times. Maybe before that.
Now, are we doing this while we're doing this?
I'll get to that. I don't see your thing. I'm not looking. You're good.
You did see it.
I'll get
Liar.
No, I actually didn't see it.
Cheat.
We'll get into that as soon as I get through this first one. So we got chess is a classic example of a board game.
Yeah.
Are you any good at chess?
I used to be okay. I used to play chess with my dad a lot.
Are you good at chess? Groping boobs? Yes, I am.
I used to play chess a lot with my dad when I was younger, but I haven't played it in years.
Now
I remember how, but
I remember how. Though I'm kind of I got to remember the moves that each thing can make. Because I know the horse had a weird one where you had to go like forward 2 and then an over 1 or something like that. Or was it diagonally over? I think
it was you went up 2 and then over 1.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. And then the king can move everywhere, but only one space. Was it one space? And the queen can go everywhere.
Yeah,
Which is weird. You'd think in a game like that, being set up in that time back then, the queen would be the one. She can move any place, but only one space because she is a woman after all. That kind of thing.
That's true.
But this is the king dominates the field. I remember when the first computer games came out, they had Battle Chess. Remember that game? Mm-mm. Battle Chess was imagine your pawn would move forward. It was graphics and everything. The pawn would move forward, and then the horse would jump in there, or the knight would jump in there, and then the knight would knock the pawn down and some kind of weird, funny little animated kind of thing, and then he'd take the space. But there was different ones for the different things.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was. Oh, that's an old game. It's really old. They probably have better versions of it now, but I bet you could find that on Steam.
You probably could.
Okay, that was chess. Then we're going to go here to Battleship.
Battleship presents Famous Sinkings, September 9th, 1985. Fleet Commander Robbie Grant fires the shot that sinks his brother's destroyer. This glorious moment is remembered as the last time Robbie was allowed in Michael's room. December 22nd, 1985. Playing electronic Battleship, Admiral Harold Burns Jr. programs a devastating attack. Dad says,
"You sank my battleship!"
And history is made. Battleship and electronic Battleship from Milton Bradley. It's a hit.
Woo! Battleship is fun. Battleship was one of those games where you had to kind of watch your friend now. Is he moving his pieces around?
Oh yeah, you you're eyeballing their arms. You're like, they're
I like the electronic Battleship later on where they would have it would make the noises.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed.
You're like, oh.
You had to key in. I don't remember how it worked. Remember you had to key in where your ships were, so they would know where to signal the right hit or whatever.
And I told you earlier, I'm gonna, if I remember and if I don't get lazy enough, I'm gonna try to throw in commercials like the '80s commercials for some of these, like Battleship. I remember the Battleship commercial used to be pretty cheesy. The family around the table,
and the kid goes, "You sank my battleship! You're grounded.
Battleship by Kenner." You're like, oh.
No, that was Milton Berle.
Milton Berle.
It was Milton Berle. Milton Bradley.
By Milton Bradley.
Was it Milton Bradley?
Was it?
By Kenner. I don't know.
By Kenner. By Menon. Yeah.
They didn't make board games.
No, that wasn't.
They made boring men.
Yeah, was that the deodorant and stuff? Was that
Menon? Right Guard. Yeah, Right Guard's by Menon.
By Menon.
I think. I don't know.
I used to live in Michigan. I used to live in a town called Mendon, so it was always by Mendon.
It's in that little shop over there. By Mendon. They go, that's funny. No, it's not. Get out of here.
It's it was funny the first 30 times we heard it.
First 3 times I told you. Now there's another game we're about to play here called Usually you do this with like pizza boxes. You take pizza boxes and put them like back to back, which is what we should. Oh,
that makes
But I made a shortcut for this version.
We did. We had 2 Papa John's pizza boxes upstairs too.
Oh, okay.
Oh well.
Oh, too bad. We're gonna play a little game called Battle Shots.
Never played it.
It's basically we're playing Battleship, and we already marked off where your ships are, and I marked off where my ships are. And we're gonna call out locations. I don't know how we're gonna mark these. So you're gonna have to remember what you aimed for. Yeah. I think maybe make a little. You could probably make a little mark and like this is where I aimed before.
Like an X or a little check maybe in the corner.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And then if I hit one of your ships, you have to drink one.
Just a quick.
Yeah, just like a quick, because we don't have like we have little bottles here, little esters. You're taking a drink for every hit that I get on you. I'm taking one for every one you get on me. If this was actual battle shots, there would be little shot glasses that would have like Jack or something in it. You'd be like going, oh my god, I'm dying.
So now if I miss, do I still have to?
You sank my battleship, and then you fall over.
You pass out.
You're like the guy in Raiders of the Lost Ark when Marion beat him.
Oh yeah, that weird. For the longest time, I couldn't tell if that was just a fat woman or if it was a man.
I think it was a woman. No, it was a guy. I think
it was a guy, but he just had such a weird,
kind of feminine looking though.
Yeah, I don't know if it was just.
I think it was the eyes.
It was something, man. It always threw me off.
That guy had a really good.
What did she say? She put her head down. She's like, "Namaste." Well, not namaste, but she says,
She's just saying every word, but Nepalese or whatever she was.
Yeah, what did she say? Because she's like, she goes down there like, oh, she's like, oh,
yeah, because they're all starting to give money.
Yeah, I can't remember that word. Pistole. And as she's turning over, they're going, oh.
Dude, she was the best. She was the best Indiana Jones.
And he just downs it and looks at her, and then just slowly.
Yeah, because his hand kind of fumbles for it, and he grabs it, and then he goes, and he downs it, and then he looks at her, and he goes, he just teeters over to the side. That was great. All right, so do you want to make your first shot?
Yes. Now, do I have to do it if I miss too?
No, God no.
So I take a drink only if I hit.
If you hit me, I have to take a drink. If I hit you, you have to.
So misses, nothing happens.
Misses, nothing happens.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go first. Hang on.
Okay. And I'll guess one on you, and then we'll get back to the next year.
G7.
G7 is a miss.
Dang it!
And I'm gonna get for you D4. Miss.
Sucker.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Oh, the next one is Stratego.
This is Stratego. Not a place, not a time, but a battle of wit and skill and strategy. Stratego, we're generals, field marshals, scouts and lieutenants. Miners and spies all conspire with bombs and brains to capture the enemy flag, to win the battle, to win the game. Get Stratego from Milton Bradley. Victory awaits him.
You ever play Stratego?
I have never played Stratego.
You've seen it though, right?
I know I have, but I cannot picture it.
It's almost like it's like a chessboard almost, but then it has like has really cool little tokens. They were really well done, little plastic ones. Mm-hmm. And if I remember correctly, they had numbers. And you had to like set them up the way you want them, and then you moved them forward, and you move yours forward and go, you're attacking a guy. And if you had like a 5 and he had an 8, I think he won, or it was one or the other. Like if you were low, you won, or high, you won. I can't really remember right now.
Okay.
But that's basically how the game was. It was this process of elimination, and there was a flag somewhere in there. So if you'd have to work your way through to get to that area, and if you got the flag, I think you automatically won. It's been a while since I played it.
I can't remember.
I used to have it, but I used to use the little tokens as miniatures back in the day. Before I got miniatures.
Because when you said Stratego, I immediately think wasn't there one called Strategy?
Strategy? Maybe. Every game's a strategy game.
That's true, it is.
The strategy is to win. And not to lose. You want to make another turn?
Oh. B4.
B4? Before what?
Before I win.
No, it's a hit.
Yes.
Alright, I'm taking my drink. I got one hit so far. My God, that was like 3. What the hell was that?
No, I was about to say, do I have to drink that long each time?
No, you don't have to. I was just like, I just realized halfway through, I was like,
You're just parched.
E5.
E5. Miss.
No. That's what it sounds like when I miss. Okay, here's a game I don't have, but I actually want to get one, and the only reason is so I can scavenge for. I'm going to scavenge the game for parts.
Really?
I'll get into it. Backgammon.
I've never played it.
I had one back in the day, but like it's funny because I'm pretty sure this is backgammon.
Backgammon. I thought that was like just a thing with like little circle.
Yeah, little circles, and they're white on one side, black on the other.
I think so. Yeah.
But and Star Wars.
While you're talking, I'll look it up.
Okay. In Star Wars, when you have your light side, dark side tokens that you use to whatever. I wanted to use those. Yeah, that looks kind of different. Oh, ooh, look at that! One of the oldest board games known.
Is it really? Oh, dang.
Yeah. Maybe I'm thinking of a different game.
I mean, nothing. I don't know.
Yeah, that kind of looks like it, but I swear they had different colored chips that you put down, or the checkers or whatever those things were called, the pogs. Okay, that was back in. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the next one. Let's see, Scrabble.
It's winters by the fire, it's summers by the sea. It's holidays and family. Yeah, it's Scrabble, America's good time game. It's Coco and it's kids, old stories and friends. It's rainy weekends you hope will never end. It's Scrabble, America's good time game. Yeah, it's Scrabble, America's good time game.
From Milton Bradley.
That is the Scrabble's the one with.
You gotta find words.
Yeah, I've played it, but.
You have 7 letters and you got to put them on the board. They have
is that the one where you get the little words in front of you and the little thing? Yeah.
You played Scrabble. I used to play Scrabble.
And you have to like really wait a minute, is that a word?
Oh yeah, that's when you can make shit up.
And they're like, what? Yeah, it means.
Yeah, it's a word. It's in the Urban Dictionary. Don't count.
Hey yo, I say these words all the time. You know, hey.
You don't know how to spell those words. You don't know how to spell those words, Joey.
Yeah, use guys. That's a word.
Use guys.
Use. Y-O-U-S.
Y-O-U-S. Oh man, I guess it depends on where you're from.
Yeah, that's true.
If you were playing like somebody from China, could they use words you didn't know?
Depend. You probably have to say up front, like, it has to be English words only. Maybe.
Yeah, because you can't spell Chinese words.
But we do use words in our English language that are actually.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like French words and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what?
I know you couldn't use names.
Because we say ratatouille. That's a name of a dish.
Ratatouille. I never say ratatouille except for now, twice.
So that's technically a French word, right? But we technically can use it. I don't know.
I thought ratatouille was the name of a rat.
It is not.
All right, go for a shot.
All right. I'm gonna try C4.
Is that an explosive? No, you
Yes.
missed.
Dang it.
Crap. Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
Yeah, you gotta pick, son.
F4, which is a fighter plane, or was.
Miss.
Damn.
Sucker. That was good. I'm actually getting kind of thirsty, so we hit.
You can sip. Go ahead.
I can't sip.
Take a drink.
I'm alright. I'll be fine.
Bound to hit. Here we go. Next one.
What you got?
Checkers.
Yeah.
Checkers is a classic game.
Classic and fun. Classic and fun.
What is that? Checkers is fun because that's like a game like you'd see old men play, like old Southern guys. Not really playing chess, but going, let's play checkers, Charlie. You always cheat. Screw you.
Yeah, sitting in front of like a general store,
like the old
chair.
like the old corner store.
Like, oh, look at that boy right there. He sure don't look good yet. King me, Fred. Okay.
You cheater. I'm gonna go home and get my shotgun.
Is checkers a game that ends with a board flip?
Probably, if the other person cheats. Yeah, which one of these ends with a board flip?
Checkers might. Chess definitely.
Oh, chess, yeah.
Like you just flip. You're like,
no, that's someone who's a bad sportsman.
Yeah. Well,
because chess is like if you've been out finagled, you're like, oh damn, I didn't see that move. Of course, I should have seen it because I'm playing against a Russian. He beat me in 2 moves.
That's right. It's like you're just looking at the board. It's like I beat you in 3 moves. You quit now, yeah?
You go, okay. I never heard of it. You flip the board. Okay, yeah, checkers is the one where you get to the end, they go, king me, and then you can go everywhere.
Then you can go back, yeah.
I was going to play a version where, like, you can keep going back and forth, and every time you hit the one end, you get another checker added on top. And you're just like a monster colossus.
You just got some giant thing.
No, because then it could be like, if you had, like, 3 on top, if you moved over but they jumped you, you'd have to take 1 off. They haven't defeated you.
Oh, that's actually a good idea. Is that really a rule?
I just made that up.
Just patent that sucker.
Yeah, it's ours. It's ours. Don't take it. It's mine.
Yeah.
All the money's going to me. All nothing because no one's going to pay for that. Checkers. Okay. Go.
Oh.
Take another turn.
B3.
Hit.
Yes.
Damn it. Oh, here's my drink.
The only thing is I don't know which ship I'm hitting. I'm assuming it's not the crew.
Nah, I would have told you if it died.
Because that would have been a kill shot, right? Yeah, if it was a patrol boat, that would have killed it. So I know it's not the patrol boat. Oh, you gotta go now.
Oh, yeah. Where am I shooting? Let's try G2. That's G2.
Miss.
Damn.
No, I'm just kidding.
Talking shit will get you killed.
I know, because as soon as you're hitting, you're gonna
start going and triangulate, and then
you're gonna start hitting them all. So I better get all my trash talking out now.
Sir, we have a thing.
Oh, I see the next game though. That one's fun.
Oh, Risk.
Risk. Risk. Win the game, and you win the world. Parker Brothers kind of fun.
And it's that can be an infuriating game.
Yeah, Risk is. I remember I used to have that game. That game was a pain in the ass to keep everything together, all the pieces.
Yeah.
Because they have like little 1s and 2s. They're all Roman numerals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to talk about a game of strategy, man. It's like, oh, which ones do I fortify? Where do I send my troops?
There's a game coming up here that I think, man, we're supposed to have my childhood friends and I from Texas. We're supposed to have a little meeting sometime, like maybe kind of like a holiday, where we like all take a week off and we're all just gonna hang out. It was proposed. I don't know if it'll ever happen.
Dude, if you do, you need to take the recorder with you.
Oh yeah,
because you can just pop the mics out sideways and just hit record and just record something. We'll talk about it on the episode.
But it was like basically just we play like a bunch of role playing games, a bunch of board games, but like the classic ones we used to play, like some of them I'll name and I'll point out. But one of the ones I think, Axis and Allies. You like World War II? Mm-hmm. Axis and Allies was a great game.
And that's basically that and Risk are the same, right?
It's World War II. Yeah, kind of. It wasn't Risk more like Napoleonic Wars?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Those like your regiments?
Yeah. Ask Axis and Allies. But I don't... to tell you the truth, though, I don't know if I've ever played Axis. I know I've played Risk. I've never played Axis and Allies, though.
Yeah, Axis. I need to buy that game.
But those are fun, though.
Okay, take a turn.
Oh, B5.
Hit.
Yes.
That's a hit. I'm drinking.
Your turn, sir. Your turn, Clarice.
D2. As in R2. D2.
Hit!
Yes!
Boo! Yeah, now I'm doomed now.
Take a drink. Alright, here's a game you have not played. It's actually a very good game. Or, I don't think you've played this game. Settlers of Catan.
Waan je een ontdekkingsreiziger op het eiland Catan? Spaar grondstoffen, ruil ze met de andere spelers en bouw straten en dorpen die tot steden uitgroeien. Breid jouw gebied uit op de meest gunstige plek en wie weet win jij Catan. Ga mee naar het avontuurlijke eiland Catan.
Well, Mr. Cocky, I have not played this game.
Is it my pose? I'm standing here with my arms. I'm standing here straight with my arms on my sides. Like,
It's like Superman
I
pose.
have got you.
All right, citizen.
Go ahead and shoot bullets at me. Ow, stop it.
No, I've not played that. What is that?
It's like a... If I remember correctly, it's got a little... Like, the board is not really... It's like your classic board.
Yeah.
It's these hexes you put out. And then you have, like, your little towns and stuff, and you have to trade resources. Like, I'll give you 3 cows for 4 bales of hay or something like that. And then everyone, like, uses that stuff to build... It's almost like playing Civilization on the...
Okay, I was just... Okay, I
yeah,
was
it's
just
almost
going to
like
ask
Civilization. Basically, I think it is like Civilization. Basically, yeah, you're building like armies, and then you're like, keeping your people in check and doing stuff like that. And then, of course, I think whoever wins is whoever has the most money or resources or defeats everyone else. So it's a little bit of diplomacy, and they were like going,
Yeah.
I swear I'm only making an army for defense. What do you have 3 legions of?
Well, especially if you say it like that, they're gonna.
No wonder I was never good at games.
Like that.
I was like, what, everyone? It's only 4 Star Destroyers. But I just have 1 medical frigate. I swear, it's just for... I'm just guarding this black hole. That's all I'm doing. Or are you moving away from it? Black hole's getting too big.
Getting too close.
I'm moving into the next sector. Where all your troops are.
That actually does sound pretty fun, though.
Yeah, Settlers of Catan is pretty good. I think I played it like once or twice. All right, go for a shot, buddy.
All right, let's just continue the trend. Let's go B6.
Hits.
Yes.
You haven't sunken nothing yet.
Oh my gosh, this
You're
is the
getting
big
there.
That means I'm hitting the carrier.
Yeah, I'm not gonna have any planes in a second.
All right, your turn.
Where was that? That was a hit. Okay. D3.
Miss.
No. Oh wait, I gotta take a drink. Here we go. Classic game. The game of life.
Yay!
You can be a winner at the game of life. Spin the wheel. I'm on my way. Make a choice. Collect my pay. You make a mark.
Invest my car.
Go to college.
Be a movie star.
You can be a winner at the game of life.
Hey, look, I've got a wife.
Kids and taxes. Treasure too.
Will you be rich when you're through? You can be a winner at the game of life.
I win.
The Game of Life from Milton Bradley.
Game of life is fun.
That is fun.
It's
You
also
always
kinda
wanted to get the doctor or something like high pay.
Also kind of sad too, because you play the game of life and you go, my fucking life sucks. This life, I'm a doctor and I'm married and I have 3 kids and this cool car that has like pegs instead of seats.
But then remember, at the end, it could all be bankrupt.
No.
End in bankruptcy. Wasn't that the last thing you spin?
Yeah, I think so.
And it was the game of life you won if you ended up with the most money?
I think it was the most money at the end.
Yeah, that game
Yeah,
was
because
fun.
you would get cards and they would be like worth amount, and then like you had to tally everything up at the end. Whoever had the most.
Yeah,
won.
because you get other stuff that's like, this happens, you have to pay this much.
Yeah, you went to a rock concert. You had to pay $25.
Yeah,
no. Who pays $25 for a rock concert?
yeah, that's cheap.
That is pretty good. That must have not been a good show. Must have been one of your friends.
Well, speaking of paying and stuff, real quick, we had talked about we're gonna try to maybe go see Jay and Silent Bob Get Old.
Oh yeah,
they're coming to Nashville in what, March?
I think it's March.
Is it next month?
I'm gonna have to look again.
Because I think I checked the tickets are like $35 a piece. I think it's at Zany's Comedy Club.
Yeah,
in
that's
Nashville.
right. I know it's at Zany's.
I've never been there, but it does have
Where did you go see? What's his name?
Oh
man.
Oh, what is his name? He's the guy that's always like, I'm that. He's really funny, but he does those voices like I'm stupid. What was his name? He's really funny.
Oh man.
Because me and my wife went with
that was
Jason Goldthreet.
Yeah. Oh, his name drop. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I don't care anymore.
No, he's cool.
You'll never get my name.
He's another guy I wouldn't mind having on talk. But what's
he doing? I haven't seen him in forever.
Yeah, I have no idea what he's doing.
I can't remember the guy's name.
But no, we went to some other
James? Jim?
Fudge. I think he's just got a Netflix. Jim. I almost said Jim Gaffigan, not him. He's
No,
funny,
it's
but not him.
Jim Gaffigan's that guy's
Yeah,
really
I
tough.
can't remember what his name is though. But he was pretty funny. But he wasn't at Zany. He was at one of actually the bigger,
Okay.
like a theater.
I just remember.
Is that mugging you now?
It's bugging me now because I just remember his stuff about him in school, and I was like, I swear to God, I know this guy because he was talking about the spelling bee. He was like, line up, folks. It's time for public humiliation.
Yeah.
Spell a word wrong. Go sit down in front of all your friends. That's great for little egos, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
and
right.
He gets to a point where he's been doing the same stuff over and over and over again, but like he'll go to colleges and they'll just basically repeat his jokes back to him word for word, and it's just he doesn't care. He's just like, man, it's great to have all this, that kind of recognition. Plus, that dude doesn't drop F-bombs left and right like some
I don't
people
think
have to. I don't think he cusses.
Oh,
at all.
there he is. I don't think Brian Regan.
Brian Regan. How did I get Jim? What the hell?
I don't either. Yeah, Brian Regan. Yeah, that's who we went and saw.
Oh, that's because they had talked about Brian. What's the plural for moose? He's like moosin'.
Yeah, he's like moosin'. Yeah, because he does those weird like.
He does a weird voices like he's dumb, like he was the dumbest kid ever.
Yeah, and it's usually always about himself when he's doing that. I'm moosin'. Is that what they said? Huh?
Yeah, because he was like there was always that one smart kid in class, Erwin. Erwin, what's the plural for geese? Or what's the plural for goose? Geese. I saw a flock of geese. And he's like, Brian, what? Because he's like, stop calling on me.
He's like, oh my gosh.
What's the plural for moose? And everyone thinks he's gonna say meese, and he goes moosin' because he was like, it was a what's a box of donuts? Or like, it was the oxen because he goes, what's the plural for ox? And it was like oxen. He goes, the farmer uses oxen. He's like, Brian, what's the plural for box? Boxing. I bought 2 boxing of donuts. That guy is great.
He is. He's funny.
I gotta
man.
stop using his line stuff right now.
He's
This is our stuff.
Yeah, copyright Geeks-a-Musing.
That was a game of life. Yeah, that game's fun. I used to play the game on Nintendo with my ex-girlfriend Vicky.
Did you? Oh, the Game of Life?
Yeah, it was fun. No, I was on PlayStation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do remember.
And she used to get mad when she lose. And I go, man, my life is better than now. Look at my wife; she's hotter than you. No, I'm kidding.
I used to play Jeopardy on the Sega Genesis.
Oh yeah.
I remember when you got the answers wrong, Alex Trebek. It was always like he just went, "Sorry, sorry, I'm sorry."
Sorry, you're an idiot. Sorry. What the hell is this?
It's like,
How
wait,
dare
what,
you?
Did he
Stomp you?
call me an idiot? All right, I'm
your
going.
turn.
All right. Let's try B2.
B2. Miss.
Dang it! Oh, I should have kept going the other way. Crap.
Ah! Okay. C2.
Hit.
Yay!
Dang you! Get your paws off me, you!
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on, I can't do that if you blow up my carrier. Then I just have to do shots for my battleship.
Well, you know where I'm going with my next move, man.
Doing it.
I'm doing it.
Butthole. There we go. Axis and Allies.
Didn't we just talk about Risk?
It's a World War II. This is a World War II game.
How similar to Risk was, or is
It's-
Axis and Allies? Is it basically the exact same thing? It's just set in a different time period?
Did Risk use dice?
Ooh. Maybe
Couldn't you go in and go like, wasn't it like if you had a 4 and a 3 and they had a 2 and a 1, you beat them because of numbers, but then your numbers got smaller? I can't remember how that works.
May have.
It's been a long time since I played Risk. But no, Axis and Allies was where it's World War II. Basically, you got your classic. You got Russia, the U.S., China. Is China in there? Japan and Germany.
Yeah, how many countries do they have on there?
I think they have 5 in that game.
Yeah, 2 to 5 players.
Okay, yeah, because you had that, and then like Japan had all the islands, of course, and I think one side of Australia. I can't remember. It's been a while. No, I think England had Australia. But the you use dice. So if you defended like certain troops or certain things, like I think infantry defended on a 1 or 2.
Right.
And then like anti-aircraft guns defended on a 1 and 3 if you were using planes. And then like your attacks would be like tanks. You'd have to roll 1 to 3 to kill something or whatever. But you'd start building up your these stacks of tanks and stuff like that when you're rolling into places to attack. And you'd roll all these dice, and then like you'd hit on this number, and the other person would take away theirs, and then they would defend. But a friend of mine, Robert, was very good at strategy. Of course, he always played the Germans because he's German or German heritage.
Yeah.
So he always played the Germans, and he was always really good at the game. But like it would take forever, and then he was really good at attacking, but defending, his rolls would suck. Like he'd basically be rolling what you need to attack instead of defense. So he'd be rolling all these high numbers instead of low numbers that you need. And he'd be like going, God damn it, he'd be getting mad. And then like he lived across from this there was this apartments that were across the way or across the street, and they were like condemned, so they were being torn down. And he used to take dice and fling them across the street by handfuls. And we used to joke about how much dice were over there. And we said when they found out he tore down those apartments, some guy came home to his kid with a whole bag full of dice.
Like, these dice I got for you, bud.
I got these dice. Well, I don't have to pay for dice. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah,
I
was just looking it up. Yeah, it was saying it's dice rolling, and then the 5 were just the main 5 from World War II.
Yeah, it's the main 5. But they, I don't remember who came up with this. I do remember being introduced to this version of it, but usually it starts out you put all your pieces out, and that's where you go. There was a game we did called Build Up, and it was basically like if you were on the, if you started in your capital, and you had 2 infantrymen and a tank. But if you were, and every one of the territories has a certain number that went with it. So like if you rolled into like, I don't know, like Northern Ireland or something like that, they had like a defensive 2 because they had, I think it was worth 2 points or 3 points, and that would be the number of infantry that would be there when you got there. It's kind of like that. But then like I remember if you started on an island like Japan did, you got 2 infantrymen and a transport. Because you wouldn't get the tank, you would get the transport. So you'd have to go in and start taking territories. And it's called build up. So you would build up from that one little area you were at. You'd have to start to stretch out and get out of there. That was a lot more fun than playing the other way. Because the other way, Germany had a big head start because they had the only defense against Germany really was Russia. You needed a person who was a real good. Because the Germans, the first thing they would do is attack. They'd move out and they would try to hit England as soon as possible. But that game is pretty fun.
Oh yeah.
I gotta buy that game just to have it. Okay, take shots.
All right. Let's go with B7.
Hits. Woohoo! Don't want my carrier. Blub 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 blub.
I just midwayed you, boy.
And I'm gonna go for E2. Oh, that was a big stretch.
You took it out. It's dead. You took out my destroyer.
Yay!
Those poor souls.
Oh, don't worry about that because the Navy doesn't care about those guys.
Oh, you know what? I didn't take a drink for the last one.
No, go ahead. No, when I was in boot camp, they were doing like they were talking about like losses in World War II, stuff like that. Like Battle of Midway, this many ships, this many things. I'm like, well, what about the people, man?
Yeah.
They never mentioned people, whatever. They'd go, this many ships died. Okay, ships don't really die.
I don't know, man. Thinking about World War II, man, to me that would have been probably one of the scariest things to be on a ship.
We weren't worried about that then.
But you got to think if you're on the ship, man, it's like, to me that'd be the scariest thing because you're almost helpless. It's like. You're like, there's not really, I can't really go anywhere for protection. I'm just,
Now there was a lot of situations that we would do like our drills and stuff like that. And you had, what was it? They would go like, they would do like, general quarters, and they would be like, torpedo, port side. And you're like going, oh shit. And you'd have to do like, you had to do the thing where you had to bend your knees and get in torpedo position, which is basically bend your knees because you saw in the Pearl Harbor movie, they try to make it as realistic as possible. When that one bomb or that one torpedo hit one of the ships and the ship buckled upwards, that's what would happen to your leg. Imagine if you were standing straight legged. Oh, when that thing. Oh yeah, your knees would be up in your shoulders.
Yeah. Well, it's just like that's
you'd be like going, I can't get off the ship because I'm 3 feet tall.
When they say like. when you're about to get in a car wreck or something, if you don't
Yeah,
tense
don't
up.
tense up. Yeah, you just
That's
kind of
when
go. You gotta like play
Yeah,
dead.
that's when you break your bones and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You had to
try to go limp.
Yeah, you had to bend your knees because you would go.
It's like, quick, go drunk. You're like, oh,
I'm drunk. What do you mean, go drunk? I already am. I'm in the Navy. We're drunk all the time, apparently.
in the Navy. We can sail the 7 seas.
In the Navy. We can be all queen bees. All right. All right. Oh, this game was fun. This is called Titan.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
This board game we used to play where it was like, it was weird. It was like you had a Titan, and then, or I think you had to build up to the Titan, but you always started off with like, everyone was a different element or something like that. And I remember like I would always play this one, I think it was the gold color, and the gold color had lions. And I remember one of my stupid lines, because we'd drink when we play this game, but I'd be go, I'm not lying, give me a lion, or something like that. And they'd go, what? They go, do you want a lion, Ryan? And I'd go, of course I want a Ryan lion. That's weird. Alright, that was Titan.
Titan?
That game was fun. I don't remember a whole lot of it, but I do remember it being fun. But probably had because it was drinks involved.
Yeah, I've never played it.
Okay, let's go for another round.
All right.
Battle shots. What are you going for?
F6.
F6. F you. You didn't get nothing. Oh, my shots. Let's see. I took that one out. All right, here we go. The guessing game. G4. Hey, remember that channel?
Yeah, I do. I remember it like a big fat miss.
That's where what's her name came from.
Olivia Munn.
Yeah, Olivia Munn.
Yeah,
but that was back when they were making her do stuff like.
Now she's an actress. She's not. So she doesn't have to fake being a geek anymore.
Yeah, she doesn't have to fake being a geek or like jumping up and trying to like deep throat hot dogs that are hanging out from the ceiling. What the hell was that all about?
I don't know.
Who's she dating? Isn't she dating somebody?
She was dating Aaron Rodgers.
What about now?
Green Bay Packers quarterback. I don't know.
I'm available. Olivia
Screw them
Munn.
both. I say I don't like Aaron Rodgers and I don't like her. So
I like Olivia Munn. She's pretty. Okay, Dungeon Quest. This is one of those like kind of Dungeons and Dragons kind of games. Like you have a little hero, and then you run around and search in dungeons and get gear, and then it makes you stronger. You got to fight monsters in other rooms you go into and stuff like that. It's actually pretty fun, but it's
I never played it.
It's one of those. It's kind of a time waster kind of game.
Oh,
it's almost like playing D&D, but you're not in your mind. You're playing a role off a. You're playing one of the figures that you're playing, and it's got all kinds of cool miniatures on the.
Oh, okay. But it's got its own story and all that, so there's no.
Yeah, it's got its own board, so it's got like a dungeon. I think that I'm not sure if the dungeon changes. There are games like that where you lay down tiles and they can move around and flip and stuff like that.
Like, can you have you? So, how big could your party be up to? Do you know?
I think it's just you. So it was like you could play cooperatively, like where you all go in a room together, like I'll go in as the fighter, and then you go in as the thief and try to get behind him.
Could you play as a bad guy?
No.
Could anybody play? Oh, okay. I don't know if it was one of those ones.
I'm the bad guy.
Where you try to play as,
Now I think some of those games where it's like where you try to get everybody to play together. They have a system in there where the monsters take care of themselves. There's a certain way they move or act.
Oh, okay.
So nobody has to play that person.
I got you.
Because then you're not really a player. You're just kind of like, I'm just the puppet master. This is what I do. That's Dungeon Quest. All right, go for another.
All right.
Go for another one. So far we're one for one.
H5.
H5. Is that a word? Oh, H5. Son of a bitch, it's a hit.
Yes.
Now, hold on. Let me get my drink. C6.
Miss.
You're getting all like, oh, it's finally gonna hit. Oh yes.
What you got next?
Talisman.
I never heard of it.
This game was a lot of fun. This was done by Games Workshop, the guys who make Warhammer 40,000 and those kind of games.
Yep.
But they have it was a fantasy element, and then they started using the Warhammer 40K. So you'd go into a warp zone, and you'd go into the you'd be like a fantasy wizard. You'd go into the far future or something like that.
Oh.
But it was all these different boards. Yeah, one time we had 5 boards around the table, and you'd move around to different ones. It the game was fun because basically it was like you go around trying to collect items and then you fight monsters in different areas and stuff like that. And there was different kinds of characters to play. My friend Robert always wanted to play. I was trying to go for the wizard, and then I think we would do a thing where like you had to pick 3, and then he would always do a thing where you got to pick 3. All right, best of 5, best of 7, because he wasn't getting the one that he wanted. So you have to go through and look at the cards, and then pick the one of the 3 that you wanted or something like that. So you'd look at them all, and every now and then I'd get the one that I always wanted. It was called the Cyborg. And the only reason I got it is because I wanted to fuck with Robert. Because the Cyborg eats magic items, and the wizard tries to collect magic items. So there's one really powerful spellbook in the game. And I remember one time I found it first, and he goes, "No!" And I look at Robert, and I go, I was eating like a big sandwich. He was like, son of a bitch, that thing would have had me win the game. But
oh, dang.
I was like, now it's having me win a seat on the toilet, because that's some roughage. Yeah, that game is a lot of fun.
Yeah, I've never even heard of it.
I think Fantasy Flight Games makes that game now, because a lot of these games were made by Games Workshops. Whoa, and they a lot of the stuff is being made by another company now. Okay, another shot.
All right, here we go. Let's keep it going. Let's say G5.
G5.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a mess. Oh.
All right.
Oh man. D8.
Star Voyage. That's a hit.
Yes. Kerbooly. This game was good. Shogun. Medieval Japan. So it was almost like Axis and Allies, but Japan.
Set in medieval Japan.
But it was like the whole state of Japan, the whole country of Japan. And actually it had the two little islands at the bottom, one of which I would serve on later on. But they had the what did they have? It was this. You had to collect these tokens, and of course you were fighting. And it was one of those things where like spearmen were really good defenders, and then of course the samurai were awesome attackers. But like spearmen were such good defenders that almost you could whittle spearmen down, but that's really what you wanted. And I figured out the game relied solely on spearmen. And at the end of a round or something like that, when you had enough tokens, there was a thing where all the shoguns, which is who you guys were, would bid on the ninja, and the ninja could attack a shogun personally. And I would save up all my stuff, and I would just like I wouldn't buy a horseman or samurai or nothing like that. I would just collect spearmen all the time. I would just pay for spearmen. I'd lay them everywhere, I'd lay them out, and I was pretty lucky on my rolls too. So then, like, I would buy the ninja, and I'd attack Paul or something like that, and he's like, shit. And so then I'd kill him. All his stuff would become mine. So then, like, all his spearmen were now mine. I'd be going through replacing. So I'm taking territories left and right because my ninja took out the head guy.
Oh, dang, dude.
And I used to win that game. That was one of those games where, like, they'd go, they want to play, but if I was there, they'd go, maybe we should play something else. I think I lost one game, but I came in second. I don't remember.
Dang, dude.
That game was a lot of fun. Yeah, that game was good.
Yeah, I've never played.
I think it's still. I haven't
played a lot of these.
I think it's still around, but I think it's called something else. I don't know. Okay, make a shot.
All right. Let's go with H4.
H4 is a hit.
Yes.
And I'm gonna go for E8.
Miss.
There's a dead soldier right there. Let's see. I'm sorry, folks. That's a term for an empty beer.
All right,
okay, this is a game we should play. Seen it?
Yes, I've played it.
Is this really a board game though? I'm thinking about it now. Is it a board game? I think it has a board. But I know it has
might be more about points.
I think it has a DVD. I think it has a DVD or something.
Yeah, you do. You put a DVD in. And I think you go off the timer and everything.
I remember they had seen it, and I think I still have that game for my Xbox 360.
Yeah, it's a DVD game series.
Okay, that game, man. But it's mostly movie trivia. We would clean.
You're right, but it's still a board game technically because there's still the pieces. And I forgot you said you move around the board.
Yeah, that was a game where you and I would clean up on that game.
Oh heck yeah! Me and you need to play against somebody and seen it.
Movie trivia.
Oh,
okay.
heck yeah.
All right, another shot.
All right.
I think we're coming down, so I guess it's gonna be whoever has the most hits.
That's right. H3.
H3. Miss.
Dang it! I need to go the other way now.
Yes. C8.
Hit.
Damn it. I'm drinking just because. I'm drinking in memory of your men. Alright, here we go.
What is the next one?
We played this, but we haven't played the Black Plague version yet. Zombicide.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Because I remember we played this, and it's basically like a zombie survival game. But Zombicide is more of a modern age where they have like different kinds of characters, like the waitress on roller skates and stuff.
Yeah.
There's a character who's like there's the guy with the tie, and he looks like a guy who works at the IT department.
Yeah.
But he's got 2 Mac 10s. Like, where do these people get these things?
Yeah, where are you finding this stuff at?
But then, like it was like basically there was different kinds of zombies. There was the shamblers, the runners, the big fat ones, and then there was like always like the big weird contaminated one that was all giant with bones sticking out.
Yeah, spikies and stuff coming out.
Like there was one I have like I would not want to step on that thing ever.
Yeah, I remember you keep saying, yeah, that sucker would hurt, man.
I'm gonna pay someone one day money to step on it and see how they act. Oh my god, that's how I'm in a bunker somewhere. That's how the whole zombie apocalypse happened. This guy stepped on a zombie and he became one.
I paid a guy to step on it.
And he became a zombie.
Oh yeah,
get this thing off me. And then there's a Black Plague version, which is more like a medieval. Remember when we wanted to make that movie?
Yeah, I was thinking about that yesterday at work.
Oh, okay. I still like that idea.
I was in my head. I was picturing the whole opening to it again. I was like, oh. Dang, man, because I actually wrote the whole story out.
Oh, okay.
It was very shrewdly done, but I just quickly wrote out from start to finish roughly how it would be.
Ideas or whatever.
And then they had that Black Death movie come out, which we thought at first like, oh, that's kind of the same thing, but then find out it wasn't. It was
sweet.
It was what's his name? Sean Bean.
Oh yeah.
That's
right. I saw that movie.
It ended up not being. It took place in the Black Death.
Didn't he die in that movie?
Yeah, I think like every other movie he's in.
Did he get torn apart by horses?
I think he may have. I think he may have been drawn and quartered.
Yeah, he was
drawn and quartered. But it turned out to be it wasn't a village of like zombies or anything. It was just some other like weird thing.
Yeah, the Black Plague is like a medieval version, but they have the same kind of zombies. But they all like the miniatures are really detailed now. Like they really took their time. Like it looks like a blacksmith or like a peasant lady or something like that. Like when wearing peasant clothes, but they're all kind of torn and ragged.
Okay.
It looks cool. But then there's different, like there's an elf with a bow or 2 swords, or like a blacksmith with a big giant hammer, stuff like that. Those are really cool.
That Zombicide's fun.
That's a fun game.
Yeah.
And the way you're supposed to play it is not the way we played it.
No, yeah.
You're supposed to play it where if it says you need 6 people. Like if you have 2 people, they're supposed to play 3 characters each. Mm-hmm. When we were playing, we were just using one apiece, and we were doing pretty good, especially when you get them at a choke point.
Yeah.
And then you like wait till there's too many on that side. Run, go.
Get
out! Get out of the house, go. Get out of that room. But I think every turn has three things, so you can like move one or fire or search a room or something like that. Yeah. You can't search a room twice. Something like that. Yeah. That game is a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun.
I played the Black Plague version with the guys I used to play at that used to play D&D with. But I think they had fun, but it was kind of like a one-off. Like they're going, that was fun, but I don't want to play it again. Jesus. Let's play every game once and just run out of stuff to do.
Oh, you and the stories from those guys.
People ain't mad. Okay, your shot.
All right.
Here we go.
H6.
Hits.
Yes.
Notice I haven't said it's destroyed yet.
Oh, heck yeah, it means it's a battleship.
No.
Hey, don't I win if I sink your battleship?
No.
Because the game's called, I thought, never mind.
Maybe.
Dang it.
Well, we could. Well, that would be the next round anyway. B8. B Arthur.
That's a hit.
Yay. That It's not dead. I take it.
Never.
Never. Defeat shall be yours. Star Wars Imperial Assault.
Is that the one we played?
No, we haven't played this game.
What's the one we played?
I have every one of these games and all the miniatures, because you can buy different miniatures. Like you can buy Princess Leia or Orlando or stuff like that. But the only reason I get them is for the miniatures.
Yeah, you do. You're a miniature.
I got them for the fantasy game. I'm a hoarder. I hoard whores.
He does on Facebook. He's always popping up. Look at this new miniature I got for a
game. I actually
do.
I have a whole box of more miniatures, but I don't want to be like. I got them, and I was like, "Going, do I need to take pictures and put these on?"
Oh, you've
Facebook
got a ton more
again?
since. I thought.
Well, I got the bombers that were in Last Jedi. I got two of
yeah.
those. Those things are huge. They're pretty big. And then I got Kylo Ren's fighter.
Yep.
The one he chickens out and doesn't shoot his mom with.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
What a chicken.
Chicken head. Then his buddies go, "I got this.
Yeah.
Don't worry about this, boss. I got it."
Yeah, we've got
Smoking
it.
a cigarette.
Because he's a hipster. But you're right; those things are very detailed. They look very cool.
Oh, they're very well detailed. There's a site you can get some other X-wing stuff that you don't normally find. The ones they don't have, the ones they don't have out yet, and they have because I have the Korean Corvette, the big one, like the one that Princess Leia was in at the beginning of New Hope. So I have that, but they have a medical frigate that is equal size to that thing. That thing's supposed to be able to hook up to the medical frigate. So the medical frigate, I'm going to show Nathan this on the top of the table, what it would look like. It's basically comes in two pieces. I think both pieces are like $300 a piece.
Okay, you do not have this.
I don't have this. God, no, I don't have this.
Oh, I was waiting for that. I don't have this
yet.
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
No, but this one, it's like it's 3D printed, so it doesn't come painted. I have to paint it myself,
okay.
but it would be a cool project. But the front half, the big major part with all the big major structure here, that would be this big, and then the long little neck part that goes back to the engines would be this big on this part. So the whole thing would be like this big overall.
Holy crap!
And the funny thing is that Millennium Falcon, the one you get with the game, it would be perfect size, like link up next onto the thing, like you see in the end of Empire.
Yeah, the size you did it is about the same width as this table, maybe a little bit bigger.
Yeah, but it's
crazy.
huge. But you would paint that thing, but I couldn't play it because it would just be too big.
So now this Star Wars game
is a cool piece.
Is this basically like the?
This is like there's little maps and stuff like that, and it comes with a bunch of little pieces, like almost puzzle pieces, but they're map pieces, hexes. And there's a lot of stuff like I have the Jabba Palace one, and there's of course Jabba's throne room.
Yeah.
And then there's like hallways that go off from that, and there's a Rancor lair.
Oh yeah.
So there's all these like cool little things like that, but there's different ones, and they also have these like mats they have out now that come with a map already on it, so you can play it. And I kind of got some of them checked off. I was like, I could use that potentially in a future, but it's like one's like the Cantina, like in Mos Eisley Cantina. And I was like, that's a cool little setup.
Nice.
But I mostly did get that one for the miniatures. I have to get to the point now where I need to get started getting paint so I can start painting these things. But those paints are not. They used to be like cheap. Maybe $1.15, something like that. Now they're like $2.75, $3.
Where do you get them at? Like Hobby Lobby?
For like a little bottle like that. It's not even
Holy
that
crap.
big. They're water based, so like when they go on really smooth. So you can basically put it on, hit it with a dryer, like let it air out a little bit, and you can paint right on top of that one. But they're like water based, so like to clean off your brush, you just gotta run it in water and it comes right off. But usually when you use like a cover, like a little clear coat on there, whatever.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, my friend Jonathan, if you look at the Geeks.
Oh, is that him putting stuff on the middle miniatures?
He's doing the miniatures.
Oh,
now.
okay.
And I was like, these are some of my old ones because I was like, going, here's the level of detail I wish I could get back to. Because I used to be able to do eyes where I would just use toothpick tips and like shave them down and whittle them down with an X-Acto knife, and like get the white of the eye, put it on a little dot, and then get around the eyelids. With
dang.
Yeah, it was like minute, very minute details. I can't do that now with these glasses. That was this one. All right. Go for it.
Let's finish off your Battleship.
Yeah.
H7.
Oh, my Battleship. I'm gonna go H8.
Sorry, say that again.
I'm sorry, A8.
Oh, I should have went like, no, you said it.
See, you shouldn't have got it.
Yeah, you sunk it.
I got your Battleship?
Yep.
Oh man, we both won. Actually, you won. I'm gonna stop that game right there. Battleship's dead. Here's my sheet. That's where my stuff was. That's how I was marking my misses.
Mine was messy. I was just putting the checks. And...
Oh, okay, that's cool. Look at that.
Yeah, our patrol boat were almost the same spot.
That's now imagine if that was like actual liquor.
Oh,
I'd be going A1. That reminds me of egg steak sauce. I just got sick. All right. Another board game, Trivial Pursuits.
Answer the question, comrade, if you please. What was Julius Marx more commonly known as?
Carl?
No. Groucho.
Gentlemen, enough, please. The Star Wars question. Who was Luke Skywalker's father?
Trivial Pursuit, 6,000 questions of no vital importance whatsoever. From Selchow and Ryder.
You ever played that?
You know, I don't know if I ever have. I know it's very classic.
I've played it, but it's very classic. I've played it, but like there's other ones out now like Star Wars Trivial Pursuit. So like you know there's gonna be Star Wars base. You go, thank God, I don't have to think about anything else like engineering. I don't know shit about engineering.
What?
Engineering. A house is a house, right? Wrong. What? How's that not true? But yeah, that game's kind of fun. There's different versions of that. It's kind of like Monopoly, where you have the different kind of versions of like. There's Star Wars Monopoly or Dukes-a-Hazzard Monopoly. Is that a thing? I just made that up. That'd be cool.
Probably.
I get to be the General Lee. I remember I remember Hot Wheels. I had a 5-pack, and it was the General Lee, one of the police cars, Boss Hogg's car, Daisy's Jeep, and Cooter's pickup truck.
Really?
What do you got? No, was it Cooter? It was either Cooter or Uncle Jesse's truck. I can't remember. It was a long time ago.
Uncle Jesse's, I think.
Yeah, I had those back in the day. I remember I used to mess around with the little horns on the end of Boss Hogg's car were like plastic, and I used to try to make the horns all bent forward. Oh, here you go. You mentioned this game before. Clue.
Yep. Clue.
There's been a murder.
Oh, he's dead, he is.
It's a classic game of Clue. Who done it, where they done it, and with which weapon they done it with.
I say it was in the kitchen with the wrench by Miss Scarlet.
He's dead and alive, Remy, with a bloody lead pipe.
Nice.
Oh, right. The killer is Mr. Green.
Well, it could have been someone else.
The game of Clue.
It was the butler with the...
Why do you always think it's the butler? They all had names.
With the...
It was like Colonel Mustard.
The candlestick in the parlor.
The parlor?
Was the parlor even one of the rooms?
You remember that? You ever see that movie?
Long time ago.
Yeah. I didn't know that was what's her name who played the singing telegram girl.
Which...
what's her name from the Go-Go's? The one who played Joan of Arc in Bill and Ted's.
Oh, okay.
That was her, because she does the singing telegram. You just see her, she's singing, and somebody goes, and she just falls over dead.
I remember liking that movie.
Yeah.
But I've re-listened to like some of Kevin Smith's stuff.
Uh-huh.
Like he absolutely did not like that movie at all.
Really?
Yeah. But I remember it being kind of funny. But
I remember it being funny. I can't remember her name. I have a huge crush on her too.
Go-Go girl.
Oh man, I don't remember her name. Look it up.
Go-Go DeVille.
No, it's not Go-Go DeVille. She was on. I know she was in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
What group was she in?
The Go-Go's.
Oops, not the phone.
Right after if there's any listeners in the future, they're gonna be screaming, "Oh my God, it's what's her face." It's not Belinda Carlisle.
Go-Go's.
Yeah.
Goo Goo.
Because I remember I saw Goo Goo Dolls.
Wait, Go-Go. Wait,
the
how do you spell that?
G-O-G-O.
Oh, I was going G-O-O-G-O-O.
That's Goo Goo. That's the Goo Goo Dolls.
They're there. My bad. Sorry.
That's all right. It's not Belinda Carlisle.
It's okay. Got vocals is Belinda Carlisle. Guitars Jane Weedland.
That's her, Jane Weedland.
Jane Weedland. Okay.
I thought it was Weidland.
Or Weidland.
Do they have a picture of her?
Oh.
See if you can look her up. Man, she's one of those girls. Like, there's the little pixie girl. She looks like the little pixie girl.
Yeah.
But she was really cute, and especially in Bill and Ted when she's got that Joan of Arc kind of haircut going on. She was adorable. She got that little cute face. Listen to me gushing about this girl.
Yeah, you are big time.
I love her.
Why don't you marry her?
No, I wish I could. I'm not sure I can handle her now because she's a. I remember on that. That was that reality show, MTV something with a bunch of people who aren't famous anymore. I don't remember what they were called.
Oh yeah.
But they found out she was a. Yeah. See. Wow, she kicked my ass. I love her. Apparently, she was a dominatrix.
Oh, she really?
And I'm like going, how tall is she? Don't you have to be really tall to be a dominatrix?
Maybe people like the short dominatrix.
I don't know. She'd like walk up to me and like be like her forehead would be up to my chin, and I go, "That's not intimidating." She goes, whoosh, and I go, "Yes, ma'am."
Yeah, crunch like
down to my knees. Yes, ma'am. Yes, mistress. I'm practicing right now. Yes, mistress.
Mistress
anyway,
what?
Back to the board. Back. Mistress what?
Yeah, there you go.
No way. That's weird. I'd call her Jane.
Mistress Pixie.
Is there one of those? Let's see. Oh, here we go. I have a story for this one. Connect 4.
Yes, Connect 4.
That game was fun. The checkers were a bitch, though.
Go for it, red. Go for it, black. Go for it. Get off my back. Connect 4. Got 3 in a row. Go for one more. Go for it.
Too late, Joe.
Connect 4.
Go for the fun of Connect 4. 4 in a row wins.
Go for the bottom. And go for the top. Watch for the block.
Forget it. You're stopped.
Go for the glory. Go for the score. Go for it. I win. Connect 4. Go for it. Yeah. Connect 4.
Especially if your little brother cheated and you go, "No, they all fell out. We start over."
No.
Are you serious?
Like, come
they
on.
Need to put a lock on this bitch.
That's right.
But in the Navy, and if you go to Thailand, they'll have like little bar girls. Hopefully they're girls. But they'll be. I'm not even kidding. I've saved many people from a fate worse than. Probably not that bad. Until they actually found out, then they'd be like, stroke. Not the good kind of stroke. But they used to have Connect 4 set up. And you'd walk up and they'd be like play Connect 4, and you win a drink. And then so like you play them Connect 4, and these girls were good, man. They would just kick your ass and you'd have to buy them a drink. And that always got me is you found out later on like they'd be like 20 for a drink, like $20, but it's like $20 their money. But then you found out like I think one of the guys, or I heard a story where one of the guys reached over and grabbed her drink and thought it was like whiskey or something like that, and it was just tea.
Oh.
So he paid $20 for tea.
Yeah.
And they were just doing that because the money goes to the house, and then she's not really she's not worried about so much about the money or whatever, or she's worried about the money, not so much about the drink. But then my friend Bernie would play these girls, and he'd kick their ass, and they'd be like, "You go now." They'd tell him to leave. They'd be like, "You can't play anymore." And he's like, "Why? Because I'm kicking your ass." But yeah, then they'd have to buy him a drink, and he'd be like, I'm not sure. I'm not really sure what he did if he did the drink or whatever. I went and had my own kind of fun in time.
What?
Stories to come later.
That's right. Ryan's Navy stories.
Yeah, back when I was a little weirdo. Okay, that's the end for my board games, but I have 2 more board games to go. What? These are games that will kill friendships and possibly even families and all kinds of things. And number 1 of all time, Monopoly.
Parker Brothers kind of fun brings people together.
Delayed.
Monopoly's been bringing people together for almost 50 years. That's how long we've been wheeling and dealing together, building hotels together, and going to jail together.
Corner the market and utilities. You can't lose.
Share a smile and your day seems a whole lot better. Parker Brothers kind of fun brings people together.
blood has been spilled because of Monopoly.
I was thinking the other day you could make Monopoly a multiple board game. You could put like the main area, like you could put like Richland.
Oh yeah, you could.
You could put like Richland or Boardland here, and then like or Monopoly here. And as you're walking around, you get to a point, you can go across the street to like the ghetto, and they have a second section over here, a whole area over here, and then you go to the middle class area in the burbs.
Yeah, you could.
You have a gigantic board. Of course, then you have to have like downtown where no one's allowed to go because you're not rich enough to be in there. Because you don't make that kind of money.
Now, Monopoly is a game that gets flipped.
That's a game. Flipped. That's a game where not only the board gets flipped, the table it's on gets flipped, and the people around you get flung away from the board because they're like, "Oh Jesus, he's mad. He's throwing cards like freaking like fucking Gambit."
I guarantee.
I'm a lame superhero. It's one of my other problem superheroes. I have. Maybe because I'm jealous because he got Rogue.
That's probably why.
But you know what? Magneto got Rogue before he did.
He got sloppy seconds.
That's okay. French guys are used to that. Oh, there went that demographic.
Hey, Franchi,
Oh, you don't like us, huh?
What's the other one?
And you haven't played this game.
Nope.
We talked about this. This game called Diplomacy.
I never played it.
This is a game where it's like you basically do diplomacy, and you're like going, "Oh man, if you help me get into this land area, and then you and I will get this guy from this section." And then you go off, and the other guy goes, "Hey man, come here." And like this is one where you like everyone goes away from the table to have their little discussions. So you're like going, "Why did Nathan and Ryan walk off there to have a discussion? I have a deal with Ryan." I'm going, "Dude, you go get this guy from behind, or I'll go in the front. We'll take this guy out together." And then I'll go, "Nathan, come here." And I'm going, "Well, he's gonna try to double. He's gonna backstab me." That's one of those games where like it gets to the point where like going, "Oh man, I thought you were on my side." He goes, "Oh, he gave me more money or something like that." You're like going, "Son of a bitch, I hate this game." That's when the table gets flipped.
I hate you.
Knives and forks come out and stab him.
Well, the way you're describing that game, what was the what movie was it? Was it The Running Man where they had that? What 80s Arnold action movie did they have a commercial for a?
Oh, that was RoboCop.
Was it RoboCop?
Yeah, where they had the thermonuclear war.
Yeah,
but it was like Battleship.
It was, yeah, because they said something like
it had 3D graphics.
Because what is the dad? He's saying, what was the dad saying? He's like, you. They were talking about diplomacy.
Because your troops are on my border.
Yeah.
Goes.
And then they have the little nuke goes off above them. They're all like, oh,
yeah, and they're like, oh, yeah, they're all cheering.
That's right, RoboCop.
Yeah, nuclear war or something like that. We can get in the video game someday. Like, let's play. Would you like to play a game of chess? Or would you like to play tic-tac-toe? No. Let's play global thermal nuclear war. Fine.
Oh, dang.
That was War Games. I finally found that on Blu-ray.
What's that?
War Games.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, I have it on Blu-ray.
Oh, this is something we got to go up there. I have to show you. Who's that? Craig Ferguson.
Hmm.
Man, I don't know why that guy's not on the air anymore.
I think he left on his own, I believe.
Did he leave his own?
I think so. At least that's what I thought.
Because his show was damn good. Just the way he talked to his guests. Like, you know how they sit down and they have the car, they read the stuff off to him, stuff like that? Or you have, like, Jimmy Fallon, who he laughs hilariously, and you're like going, really, Jimmy? You didn't sell that one to me, man. That was fake.
No, big time. I'll hear clips from tonight's show with Jimmy Fallon, and to me it is such an obviously fake laugh. It's stupid how obviously fake it is.
I think he's trying to be genuine, but he can't play.
I don't think. Yeah,
he can't play
it's
genuine.
awful, man.
I like Jimmy Kimmel, but he's getting way too political.
Yeah, that's what I used to like him too, man. But it's like too freaking political. Political stuff's ruining a lot of stuff for me.
I'm getting to the point. Well, that's just how it is now. Like,
I'm just like
now I have to get to the point where I basically just have to anything that throws politics in my face, I have to get rid of.
Yeah,
I want to be informed enough. I know what's going on, but not where I have to hear everybody's goddamn complaining.
Yeah. If I want to hear that much politics, I'll tune into CNN or Fox or something like that. Why? No, not really. But But when I watch stuff like that or sporting events and all that,
we have to get on not Jimmy Kimmel. We have to get on Craig Ferguson, his interview with her. I gotta look up her name. Oh my God, that woman is attractive.
Or does he get dirty with her?
No, he's just talking to her, and he's all like,
he's a filthy Scotsman.
He kind of is. He's kind of filthy, but the way he talks to women. There's a guy on YouTube whose whole thing is about watch how Craig Ferguson talks to women, and it's kind of like he doesn't do anything where he's like it's joking, but he's not like over the top like like all over him. But he's like, he's married, he's flirting.
Yeah.
But it's like the kind where you're like going, if he pushed a little bit further, I bet he could get
Maybe
her.
he saw the way the climate was changing. He's like, oh, better get out of here.
No, he's a citizen. He became a citizen, and then all this crap started happening. He was like going, it's a good thing I'm a citizen. They can't deport me. All right.
Is that it?
That's all.
Said?
We're good.
Oh, cool, man.
I still have 2 drinks that I haven't even drunken.
Yeah, look at that. You got lots.
I can't finish these.
Well, while you're closing that up, I'll give the usual spiel.
Do it.
Email us if you wish at geeksamusing@gmail.com. Facebook.com/geeksamusing. But more importantly, check out our YouTube. Just search Geeks-a-Musing. You'll see mine and Ryan's lovely black and white faces. And just subscribe would be cool, because eventually, pretty soon, we're going to go strictly to just putting out the podcast on YouTube.
Yeah.
So
I think if we go video is going to be weird, because it'll be video, but then we'll have like all these old podcasts where it's just just static up there.
Just frozen faces with words coming out.
I'm looking at a face like, what the hell?
Yeah. What's going on?
This is what, 27 and 28. That's what numbers these are.
Yeah, because you counted upstairs. We had done 26 before the last episode.
That's a lot. Okay, we're done.
We'll keep going. But all right, well, that's it. That's Geeks-a-Musing. This is Nathan.
This is Ryan. Be a geek, be a nerd, but don't be a dork.